Breathe.
Take it one
Small step.
At a time. Congratulations for making it to the finish line.
Or is this the starting line? So what comes after your degree? You must have so many questions.
Uncertainty about where to go next and who you will become.
so much, you keep going at it, even past graduation.
But sometimes, the answer comes looking for you. Take it from me. The truth is, nobody knows what they're doing at the start. I'm not sure if anyone told you this, but
Every expert was once a beginner. And what seems like the end of a journey is often the start of life's greatest adventures.
Eventually, you learn to be the voice that guides someone else.
soon, you'll help someone take their first step.
Talking about SMU, do you know why the Lee Ka-shing Library is the tallest building in SMU? Because it has many stories. At SMU, we don't just graduate, we grow.
Because learning does not stop with a degree.
It moves, evolves,
And connects us for life.
Over here we have our heartfelt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second commencement ceremony for the Chian School of Business. Please take your seats as the ceremony will begin shortly. Please be reminded to switch off all mobile devices or put them on silent mode. Do note that you are required to remain seated throughout the entire ceremony.
Four years ago, we stepped into SMU with questions and wonder about where we're heading. Today, the answers are clear.
Honestly, it's bittersweet. There's a lot of excitement about what's next, but also the sense of nostalgia that I've been feeling lately. The past 4 years I've spent here have been amazing, honestly.
Relieved, but also kind of weird. Like, it's over already. It's been tough. A lot of late nights, a lot of numbers, a lot of what am I even doing? But I made it, and I guess I'm proud of that.
I know that when I step out into the world, I'm stepping out with so much more than just my degree.
For me, I would say that moment would be when I got to pitch one of my ideas to real investors. So it was actually real people who could make my idea happen. And for me, the best part was that I actually managed to get mentored by one of their top investors. And that was not like just a simple good job kind of thing, but actual insights on how to take my business to the next level. And honestly, I think that is easily one of the coolest experiences that I've had at SMU.
This one project where I had to step up as the leader, even though I didn't really want to. I was nervous, second-guessing myself, but my team believed in me. And somehow I pulled through. That was a turning point. It made me realize that even if I don't have all the answers, I can still figure things out. And that experience shaped me into someone who's not afraid to take the lead when it matters.
Definitely the late night brainstorming sessions with my team. We ran on caffeine and pure adrenaline, trying to perfect our pitch deck. It was so stressful, but also some of the best moments because we were all in it together, pushing each other to be better. And those friendships, I think they last way beyond university.
It has to be the time that my friends and I spent hours debating over the best way to solve an economic model. We got so deep into it, we completely lost track of time. And when we finally left, we realized that the sun was about to rise. So it sounds quite nerdy, but in those moments of deep engagement, when you're just in the zone like like-minded people, those are the ones that I'll always remember.
Impact. Because that's what I want to create, whether it's through my career, my relationships, or the way I show up in the world.
Growth, because if there's one thing that I've learned is that I never want to stay in the same place for too long. I want to sort of keep pushing myself, learning new things, and see how far I can go.
Strategy. Because everything in life, just like economics, is about making the right decisions with the information you have.
Steady, because I'll figure things out eventually.
I'd say potential, because after everything SMU has thrown at me, I know I can handle whatever comes next.
Breakthrough, because that's what I'm aiming for, breaking limits, breaking barriers, and creating something truly impactful.
We may be closing a chapter, but our story is just beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second commencement ceremony for the Lee Kong Chian School of Business. My name is Shu Mei.
And my name is Chian. Today, we'll be your MC for today's commencement, and we are here to celebrate the achievements and hard work of our graduates. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Now, before the ceremony begins, let us give you a quick overview of today's afternoon program. We are delighted to have the Dean of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Bert Dirac, to start with the opening remarks. This will be then followed by the welcome address by the Associate Dean of the Undergraduate Programs, Professor Pascal Kramer. Thereafter, we have a speech by the Valedictorian and then proceed to the presentation of teaching awards with the degrees.
That's right, Chian. We are all here to celebrate the hard work and achievements that we have put in for the past few years. So we ask that all attendees to maintain a respectful and considerate atmosphere throughout the ceremony. This is a significant milestone for all our graduates, and we want to ensure that the event proceeds smoothly. We seek your kind understanding and cooperation with a few quick reminders here. Graduates, please return to your seats immediately after you have collected your scrolls. All guests and graduates, kindly remain seated till the end of the ceremony, and please refrain from leaving the ceremony at any point in time.
As the school has engaged professional photographers to take individual and close-up shots of the graduates on stage, do refrain from standing or walking around to take photographs. Graduates, we also seek your kind cooperation to refrain from taking selfies when on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please join us in welcoming the Grand Processional.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite you to stand for the national anthem. Thank you, and please take your seats.
Dean Burt, Associate Dean Pascal, distinguished guests, professors, graduates, parents, families, and friends. Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to the Commencement 2025 of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business. Once again, my name is Shu Mei.
And I am Chian. We are both graduates from the LKCSB.
And we are honored to be your MCs today. Hey Chian, can you believe we are finally graduating and drawing an end to our student life?
I know, right? It just feels just like yesterday when we were freshmen attending our orientation camps, making new friends, and building our first memories in SMU.
I would definitely miss those days. And speaking of reminiscing, Chian, what made you choose SMU? I'm sure you will ask this question during orientation, so let's revisit that.
That's a great question, Shumei. So for me, one of the biggest pull factors was the global exposure that SMU offers. As part of the curriculum, I've had multiple opportunities to participate in these global programs, namely doing community service where we taught English to kids in Myanmar. Following that, we even went to a short-term program in Ipoh and even going on exchange in Madrid with my closest friends and my girlfriend. These experiences really shaped my time at university. They allowed myself to immerse in different cultures and broaden my worldview. Honestly, this was some of the most memorable and meaningful parts of my SMU journey.
I agree. And what a small world. Both of us went on exchange in Spain. Well, I spent 5 months in Barcelona, and this taught me a new sense of independence. And I also made a lot of lifelong friends there, where some of them are actually seated right here in the hall today with me today. And in that same year, I also went to New York for a business study mission, and I would like to thank Prof. Mark Chong for this opportunity. Turning back time, year one me would never have imagined that I could be traveling to so many different countries or continents within a year. But I sure do miss the food in Singapore while I was overseas.
Definitely. Speaking of food, one thing I really miss about SMU is all the iconic food spots around campus. From Kofu to the McDonald's at City Hall, and even the trusty Cheers opposite SOB, just for a quick bite. They were such a big part of everyday student life. Shout out to the guys from our investment club and also my table tennis teammates. Whether it was grabbing a meal or even giving in to those random McSpicy cravings, the vibes were always immaculate.
Oh, absolutely. My friends from SMU Broadcast and Entertainment can definitely vouch for my love of mixed greens. I mean, it is a simple, quick fix. But I know I'll really miss grabbing a delicious cup of homemade gelato at Fresho near Bencoolen with some of my friends. And not forgetting my runs to Kofu to get my teh kosong or get waffles from Triplets during breaks with my friends.
For sure. And beyond the food, what I'll probably miss the most is how easy it was to see our friends every day. Whether it was bidding for the same modules, bumping into each other in between classes, or even grinding late into the night for case competitions in the library, these small moments meant so much. And of course, the friendships I've built through Bondiu Camp, especially with my Abaya friends, remain some of my most fondest memories I have made in SMU. So many of these moments were forged right here on campus. Back then, they might have felt just like any other part of uni life. But looking back now, they're truly priceless.
Exactly. And once we all start working or going to further our studies, it becomes so much harder to align our schedules. I mean, my friends and I have to plan weeks or even months in advance for a gathering. And therefore, it is crucial that we carve out time and make commitment to maintain these friendships that were forged right here on this campus. The time we spend together will become even more precious.
Absolutely, Shumei. Let's all remember to put in the effort to keep our bond strong, even after graduation. Also, as we celebrate this milestone today, let's take a moment to thank our professors who guided us, the school staff who supported us, And last but not least, our family and loved ones who stood by us through every late night, every challenge, and every success. Because at the end of the day, it's the people who make the place. And we are truly grateful for each and every one of you. With that, congratulations to the class of 2025. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause for making it through all the ups and downs. Cheers, everyone! Well, ladies and gentlemen, to start the program, let us welcome the Dean of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Bert Direct, to make the opening remarks. Dean Bert, please.
Graduating class of 2025. Doesn't that sound nice? Friends and family, SMU colleagues, good afternoon and welcome to the commencement ceremony of the SMU Lee Kong Chian School of Business. It's really good to see you all here today, so many of you. It is actually a full hall here this afternoon, fantastic. And especially welcoming your family and friends who have joined us here to mark this important milestone in your lives. And you know, although this undoubtedly feels like a very formal ceremony, everyone here in robes and everything, feel free to relax, you know, and enjoy the occasion. You worked really, really hard to get here. And not just you, students, but also your family has worked really hard for you to get here. So you've earned this. So feel free to enjoy it, you know. Relax, shout if you want to shout, jump if you want to jump, throw your hat in the air if you want to. Not just yet, but later on, right? This is your ceremony, so you get to enjoy it. So, welcome all, and without further ado, let's get the ceremony started. And I will speak to you again at the end of the proceedings with a few words to formally close the commencement of this year. So I hereby declare the SMU LKCSB commencement ceremony officially open, and I will yield the floor to some of my colleagues and also some of your students to say a few words before we move on to the official presentation of the degrees. Welcome all.
Thank you, Dean Bert, for your thoughtful and gracious opening remarks. We would now like to invite the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, Professor Pascal Kramer, for the welcome address. Prof. Pascal, please.
Dear students, or rather, graduates and SMU alumni, dear parents and loved ones, honored guests, colleagues, and friends, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Lee Kong Chian School of Business Undergraduate Commencement Ceremony of 2025. Today is a celebration of your hard work, your resilience, your growth, and your potential. Many of you began your university life with the uncertainties of COVID-19. Kind of barely a memory now, but still, your classes were held online, in hybrid fashion, in seatings of groups of 5 or 8. It kept changing on a weekly basis. You adjusted to new academic challenges amongst this environment and to a new way of living and learning. As the world is regaining its rhythm from the pandemic, we have new geopolitical and economic uncertainties that are arising. Nevertheless, without wanting to play down the very real challenges that you will face in your lives, I hope that this moment in time, not just today, but these few months and the early years of your career, you feel excitement. Today marks an ending, the close of your time as undergraduates, but more importantly, it is a commencement, a beginning. You are stepping into a world that needs your ideas, your energy, your compassion. And while the responsibilities ahead may seem daunting, whether in your careers, your communities, or your families, these challenges are also opportunities. Opportunities to have a greater say and shape the life you want to lead, and the world you want to live in. At SMU, we pride ourselves to have equipped you with the skills and knowledge and nurtured in you a curiosity that never fades, a drive to lead with integrity and purpose, and a deep sense of social responsibility. At SMU, you have built communities and supported one another in every lecture, late night submissions, 2 minutes before the deadline, every team project, every campus event. You grew not just in knowledge, but in character. These are the tools that will help you to succeed and also to contribute meaningfully to society. On behalf of my colleagues, the faculty who taught you, and the undergraduate staff who guided you and supported you to map your courses, organize your events, and solve any last-minute admin woes you may have had, I want to say congratulations. We look forward to hearing about your future adventures, your successes, and also your struggles, because they too are part of your growth. We hope you'll stay connected with SMU, and one day return to campus as alums, as maybe guest lecturers, and who knows, in the far future, as proud parents. I won't be around, but I'd be very happy to hear that you are giving us the next generation of students to educate. Enjoy this ceremony. Take pride in what you have achieved. And as you walk across this stage later, know that you carry with you not only a degree, but the hopes and best wishes of all of us who had a part in your journey. Congratulations, class of 2025, and welcome to the next chapter of your life.
Thank you, Prof. Pascal, for your inspiring speech.
The next person coming on stage is someone whose journey includes diverse roles at the Prime Minister's Office and Bank of America, where he worked on climate technology investments and project financing for renewable assets across the APAC region. Beyond the sustainable finance space, he also worked on a range of other emerging tech topics, including AI and blockchain. But his SMU journey extends beyond his professional work. On campus, he served as president of SMU Bondu, the student constituent body for the Lee Kong Chian School of Business. He also held leadership positions and represented the school through his time in SMU Athletics and the SMU Student Association Council. He also served as a mentor to juniors at the Mentoring Circle.
Well, without further ado, we are pleased to invite this year's recipient of the Kwek Hong Peng SMU Lee Kong Chian School of Business Valedictorian Award, Ron To, to deliver his valedictorian speech. Ron, please.
Good afternoon, Professor Bert Dirick, Dean of the Lee Kong Chian School of Business, Professor Pascal Kremer, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, esteemed faculty, fellow graduates, friends and family. I am honored to be with you here today as we graduate as Lee Kong Chian School of Business Class of 2025. To my fellow graduates, I feel proud to share this day with you. You humble me with the different ways that you choose to contribute in your respective fields. You've all worked hard, chased different dreams and paths, so I feel in no way compelled to give you unsolicited advice today. Allow me instead to spare the next few moments to share some lessons that I've learned in the time that I've spent sharing our seminar rooms, libraries, and concourse together. One's about chasing what lasts, and the other one's about having courage. The first lesson is about chasing what lasts. I spent the most of my youth chasing straight A's. I never considered myself to be the smartest or the most capable, so I had one rule: to outwork everyone. To a certain extent, I think that we are all chasers in some ways. However, through experience and reflection, I've learned something important. I've learned that the glory of accolades and the pride of holding a title, it will always eventually fade away. Instead, what stayed with me the past few years was the fulfillment of playing a small part in the success journey of those around me. Throughout most of my university years, I served as a student leader, where I worked alongside fellow students in planning events, from social events to welfare drives and networking nights. Looking back, I feel less proud about how successful many of these events were. Rather, what stuck with me was the quiet fulfillment of playing a small part in the lives of those around me. They weren't perfect, neither was I, and frankly no one is, but that's okay. Because relationships, they can get messy. But choosing to look after your relationships will offer you something important, something magical, and something lasting. It will give you an opportunity to help others learn and to grow and to take responsibility. Choosing to be part of someone else's story is the kind of success that doesn't show up in awards, but it's the kind that will stay with you forever. The second lesson that I'll be sharing about here today is about having courage. There are fundamentals of Business 101, and there are conventional interpretations of success. Throughout the course of the past 4 years, I've learned that you do not have to be on a linear graph to belong to any profession. In my university years, I found fulfillment in contributing to my community, mentoring juniors, supporting professors in their research, and even taking a semester abroad to spend time in my dream school. Many of these decisions were scary, terrifying, risky. However, through this journey, I've learned something important. I've learned that the starting point of creating a life that is truly yours is to have the courage to take risk. Risk the judgment of other people, risk the expectations of friends and family, risk failure, and everyone knowing about it. And I say this today of all days, not to spotlight my own journey, but to remind us that we get one life, so do it all. I'll close. We are here today in part due to the tremendous support given to us by those who loved us and believed in us. To our parents, in enabling us to be ourselves, you've been quietly letting us go. Despite knowing that every step forward we took as part of growing up was also a step away from you, you still did it. And there's a kind of strength in that. So parents, thank you for your patience, thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for doing what God alone could perfectly show. The selfhood begins with a walking away, and love is proved in the letting go. Finally, it is my privilege to make a very special announcement. I'm sure my fellow graduates will agree that we owe a heartfelt thanks to all our professors. We would have not reached this important milestone without their unwavering dedication and hard work. They have guided, supported, and inspired us through this journey, and we are deeply grateful for them. In that spirit, the Lee Kong Chian School of Business invited students to vote for the most outstanding faculty members. It was no easy task, and each one is a winner in their own right. However, as with all awards, only one winner can be named in each category. May I now invite Dean Burt to join me on stage to present the following teaching award. Dean Burt, please. We would like to present the BBM Best Instructor Award, and this goes to Assistant Professor Sung Jong Ro.
Thank you, Dean Burt and Ron. We would like to invite Dean Burt to remain on stage to present the various degrees.
Before we begin, may we remind graduates to return to your seats immediately after receiving your degrees and to remain seated till the end of the ceremony.
Parents and friends, once again, please refrain from taking photographs with your personal cameras. Graduates, we also seek your kind cooperation to refrain from taking selfies on stage.
We would like to start with the presentation of the Bachelor of Business Management degrees.
Jeffritson Suriel Bawari. Jamie Chua Yixuan. Jamie Lim Siu Yu. With a double degree in a Bachelor of Social Science and a Bachelor of Business Management. Jamie Tan Shi Yin. Jen Lee Jia Rong. Janelle Chua Xuan Lei. Janelle Ong. Janelle Teo Kai Ting. Jared Tan Jing Xiang. Jasper Lee Ji Xian. Jen Sim Zi Hui. Janice Hue Jia Yi. Jenna Tiu Chian Yi. Jeremiah Kevin Michael. Janelle Ong Se Yi. Kok Shu Mei, also awarded the Participation Trophy. Chia Chi Bin. Jasper Zheng Zelong. Jia Chowdhury. Jiang Wang Xiao. Joan Marguerite Moreno C. Joanne Ng Su Shen. Joe Millen Tan. Joel Tan Sei Tze. Joel Lai Tzu E. Joel Yo Kai Wen. Joey Lim Hui Shan. John Robinson Tan. Jolene Wee Hui Ting. Jolene Bay Chai Rong. Jonathan Tan Wei Hyong, with a double degree in Bachelor of Business Management and Bachelor of Science in Information Systems. Jonathan Wee Xiao Xuan. Janadula Shripriya. Joshua Lee Tianze. Joshua Peck. Jovilin Cheng Ti Lin. Joy Chua Tzu Wei, with a double degree in a Bachelor of Business Management and a Bachelor of Science in Information Systems. Julian Toshan Das. Julia Sophia Pineda Lim. Julianne Hannah Rui Hui Hua Stewart. Juwon Cheng. Kavya Gupta. Kang Hong Wei Werner. Kang Rui Hao. Kate Lu Tze Yun. Katharina Mia Sugianto. Kao Shirei Jonas. K. Sandy Mong. K. Tay Tat Tun. Keith Chua Leong Kang. Kelly Ho Min Tin. Kessler Alicia Jewell. Khan Suparno. Q Wei Jin. Kong Yi Hung Jeremiah. Ku Han Guang Edmund. Ku Hui Hong. Ku Jin Ing Crystal. Kim Chan Woo. Kira Farina binti Rahmat. Kirby Teo Kangwei. Kirk Lance Polka Quizon. Coco Jaw. Ko Jiahui. Ko Xiaoyi Gladys. Ko Shu Ting. Ko Su Wen. Ku Shu Ting. Krish Kalra. Crystal Tang Wan Yi. Kristen Lim Kim. Hua Sin E Cynthia. Huang Shan. Kwek Curly Kelly. Kumara Guru Arami. Kui Ita. Kwek Jia Xuan Tammy. Jo Sin Lat. Kidian Wan Sheng Yung. Lai Hu Yu. Lai Jin Yang. Lai Yi In. Lam Hon Mun Kian. Lam Sin Yi. Lendi Ong Tia Ying. Lorena Chan Se Yin. Lao Hua Ting. Lao K Yong. Lao Sin Yu Zhou. Lauren Elisa Ray Liam. Lao Tao Sin. Lawrence Wong Tai Long. Leah Gunn. Leah Tan Li Yu. Lek Jing Wen. Li Hui Yi Sherry. Li Zixiao. Li Jiaying. Li Jintao. Li Minjung. Li Mui Yuan. Lee Wan Ying. Lee Xian Hui. Lee Yan Lin Sabrina. Lee Yin Joan. Lee Ying Xuan. Lee Zhen Yuan Malcolm. Liu Tingwei. Leong Anya Trina. Leong Su Min. Leong Yiling. Liu Isabella Faith. Liu Jingwen Joanne. Liu Ti Hien Justin. Liu Wei Hua Sean. Liao Chi Heng. Liu Chin Min Zen. Lim Bing Xian. Lim Chun Ang. Lim Jasmine. Lim Chi Xuan. Lim Jia Si Amanda. Lim Jin Su. Lim Jeong Bun. Lim Chin Hao Benjamin. Lim Kai Jin. Lim Kersin. Lim Le E Joey. Lim Sek Meng. Lim Su Hain. Lim Wan Zhen. Lim Xing Yu. Lim Yan Jiao. Lim Yi Sin. Lim Yin Xuan. Lim Yi Xiang Teron. Lim Zi Huan. Lim Zi Yue Javier. Lin Hongyi. Linda Hao Mei Chi. Ling Tze Xun. Lionel Sim Wei Shi. Leong Ling Ning Vera. Leong Ian Ian. Liao Ayumi. Lisa Teng Yi Ting. Lit Ting Yao. Liu Tu Yao. With a double degree in Bachelor of Business Management and Bachelor of Science in Information Systems. Lo Hui Ying. Lo Shuang Jing. Lo Tek Wing. Lo Tze Yi Edwin. Look next. Look Yan-chuan. Look Yang-teng. Look Kai-xuan. Lu Pei-shen Marvin. Lung Sin Ning Jovial. Lau Ashrael. Lo Chaoling. Lo Tia-E Aubrey. Lo Yuan-ting. Lu Yang Harold. Lu Piyu. Lua Keng Kun. Luke Christopher Koo Mun Lin. Lin Cheng Chu Yi. M. Anamalai. Malav Shah. Maheswari, daughter of Arumugam. Mak Kang Leong Emmerich. Mak Wing Ki. Manish Mansha Bakshi. Mak Ong Ke Eun. Marcella Carla Arifin. Marcus Chan Kai Jet. Marcus Ng Teng Bun. Marcus Peng. Marcus Yo Chin Hao. Mark Ching Chun Chian. Mark Ng Yi Te. Matthew Chan Wen Wei. Matthew Tan Chen Ming. Minakshi Prabhu. Megan La Kai Lee. Megan Rachel Heng. With a double degree in Bachelor of Business Management and Bachelor of Social Science. Megan Teo Min Eun. Melissa. Melissa Chua Kai Ting. Melissa Ong Jia Yi. Melody Neo Kai Ting. Merlin Tan Hui Yi. Michael Christopher Hadinoto. Michael John Paul Chang. Michelle Yeoh. Michaela Cruz Lien. Milfred O. Sing Kang. Mo Yin Zhou. Mok Xiao Ro. Merdula Sunil Sataf. Muhammad Arfan Dini bin Arshad. Muhammad Azri bin Azami. Muhammad Haziq bin Arifin. Muhammad Rifki bin Sazali. Muhammad Shafiq bin Abdul Rahim. Nadia Lim Tzu Xian. Nadia Adila binti Taufik Kamil. Nadja Wijaya. Neo Elin. Neo Gan Hien Jonathan. Neo Jin Jin. Neo Yao Wei Sarah. Neo Wei Ting. Ung Chin Sing Darren. Ung Hui Wen. Ung Hui Sien Jovin. Ung Jia Ying. Ung Tien Ling. Ung Pang Bun Andre. Ung T Lee Celine. Ung Shannon. With a double degree in Bachelor of Social Science and Bachelor of Business Management. Ung Shu Hui. Ung Shu Lin. Ung Sok Yin. Ung Su Yin. Ung Wei Jin. Ung Wei Lun Andrew. Ung Wei Ting. Ng Sien Ting. Ng Yu Ting Reina. Ng Tu Sien Edwin. Nguyen Thi Xuan Mai. Nia Sarah binti Azmi. Nicholas Brian Chia Se Yuan. Nicholas Leonardo Bontoro. Nicholas Lo Chuan Yi. Nicholas Ng Yang Chang. Nicole Ng Ray Ching. Nicolette Toy Seaman. Niti Jayaraman. Nikos Wan Weita. Nishita Gupta. Norman Chanyita. Nur Patricia binti Amran. Nurin Mahira binti Osman. Nurul Nadira binti Muhammad Zain.
Thank you, Dean Burt. May we invite you to remain on stage to close this ceremony. Dean Burt, please.
Oh, still closed. This always feels so special. I know it's a lot of hands I shake, but every single one feels very, very special indeed. Well, class of 2025, you've done it. You made it. Yes, you have now completed your degree with us, which means you're not one of our students anymore. You're actually one of our alumni now, and you will be that for the rest of your lives, like it or not. And you know, every graduating class has some characteristic, something that distinguishes it from other graduating classes, something by which we remember you and which we use to refer to you. And in your case, it's actually quite easy because I will always remember you as the class who joined SMU at the very same time that I did. back 4 years ago. We joined at the same time. Now, normally, I come and say hello to you all when you join SMU, but 4 years ago, I couldn't actually do that. And you know very well why. So it's actually quite nice that I can do it now, and not just with you, but in front of your parents and friends as well. And I know some of you actually joined the year before when the pandemic first hit, which was even different. So whether you joined, 4 or 5 years ago, your first months or years at SMU were definitely not business as usual, and neither were mine. So it is great that we can now be all together here to celebrate your commencement. And like I said, to celebrate this with your family and friends as well, something we should never take for granted. So I think it's important we recognize the people who have helped you to get to this point. So let us take a moment to thank everyone who's helped you to get to this point. In particular, I'm thinking about, family, parents, siblings, significant others, your closest friends. So class of 2025, could you do me a favor and stand up for a moment? Just stand up and turn around, face your family and friends, and give them a fantastic round of applause. Thank you. They really deserve this. Thanks. So I know it's been a long and tough few years for you all, but I hope that you're graduating here today a very different person than you were 4 years ago. I always say that here at SMU, we're not in the education business, we're in the transformation business. And you might not fully realize it yourself, but I bet that all of you are very different people compared to who you were 4 years ago when you logged on to our freshman orientation program. You remember that? But if you think that your education or transformation is over now, no, it will continue, for the rest of your lives. You know this. But don't worry, we will be here to support you, to help you in any way we can. We will invite you back to the school whenever you want to learn about, latest developments in the area you're working in, or a new area you'd like to move into. You can come to us. Or maybe you can do a master's degree with us. Why not, right? We've got some really good master's degrees. Check them out. Next year, maybe, right? So, but I also hope that you graduate with some fantastic memories that will be with you forever. In my career, I've been dean for quite a long time. I've taught and presided over thousands of students who've graduated and went on and lived very successful and happy lives. But every single time when I speak with them, they always tell me that their university years were the best years of their lives. Almost all of them say that. You will do that too. Why is that? Well, is it because what you learned in your courses? Probably not, okay? Is it because you're in the best university in the world? Which we are? No, probably not. Or the best business school in the world? Again, probably not, right? The greatest city in the world? It is, but that's not the reason either, right? Why? Because of all the people you have met, all the acquaintances that have become friends for life. That's the most important bit. And on that note, I would like to welcome you all into the SMU alumni family. Yes, you're no longer just a member of your class. You now belong to a much bigger group of people, of alumni, a large group of exceptional people going back now more than 20 years. And you'll be surprised, wherever you go in your professional life, you will find our alumni everywhere, like friends who can support you, can open doors for you, give you advice. And similarly, we hope you will do the same to other alumni, to our current students, to our future students. So there's 4 things that I would like you to do when you leave us here. The first one is keep up. Follow us on SMU alumni and social media. Let us know when there's big changes in your life, professional ones, but also private ones. Second, show up. Come to events, come to alumni events, right? Don't be a stranger, come whenever you like. Third one, step up. Give your time to help someone, to mentor a student, to host an internship. And then finally, maybe a little bit later on, lift up. We have some students that are struggling, for instance, financially. Later on, you get to help them too. So remember, right? Keep up, show up, step up, lift up. All 4. You don't get to choose. All 4, okay? Promise? Okay, they shook their head. Promise. Okay, good. So, as you leave us, don't forget about us, right? It's always been one of my greatest joys, like I said, to meet alumni a few years or 20 years down the line after they graduated, to see how they've grown, to hear stories, but also to hear about how they remain connected with their classmates, even with my colleagues often, and how these connections and the knowledge they have gained during their time here at SMU have put them on a course for a professional, successful career and also a happy life. So I wish you good fortune as you begin your next adventures. And please know that we will be rooting for you to become successful, right? We're your biggest supporters. And when I say successful, I don't mean, personal success or professional success. I hope ultimately the success will be that you get to make a difference in this world. And if you can do this, that would make us here at SMU really proud. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Burt. Dear professors, guests, graduates, family and friends, thank you for being here to share this important milestone in our lives.
And now, let us all move our tassels from the right to the left as a sign that we have all graduated.
And of course, our heartiest congratulations to the class of 2025.
We now formally declare this ceremony closed. May we request for everyone to remain seated so as to enable the faculty to take their leave first.
And now, may we invite the Dean to lead the grand recessional. Dean Burt, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please follow the directives of the ushers to leave the hall. Once again, my name is Shumei.
And my name is Chipin.
And it has been our pleasure to be your MCs this afternoon.
Thank you.